together, love away the pain. Love away the pain. Love away the pain. Come on everybody. Love away the pain.
Okay, I'm Mr. Gibson. I represent OPOB News Limited, which is an alternative media, and I'm here in court today to argue my points against Plymouth City Council and the police for exposing a youth worker, if you like, regarding a sexual abuse allegation back in 2007. I actually was present at that meeting with the council in 2007. I wasn't doing news at that time, and further through the years I realised that alternative media was the way forward in order to make sure that people had a voice. You can't rely on the local newspaper, the Herald, because they print what they should print or told to print. For OPOB News, it's a portal for people to come forward and to discuss things that wouldn't probably be talked about otherwise. And what Plymouth City Council have done is they've put a CPN on OPOB News Limited.
Would you explain what a CPN is for people?
Oh, a CPN is it's basically an ASBO, and they're basically saying that it's an ASBO. So CPN means Community Protection Notice, to stop an organisation or a person from affecting the local community, if you like. But as you know, OPOB News, the web, I mean, that's a worldwide thing. I don't just do local stories, I do world news as well. But my belief is that they have put a CPN, an ASBO, if you like, on the company, the website, and myself and my wife, because she divulged information regarding the youth worker. That's the only way I can see, the only way that I know that they've done that.
What have they given to justify the order?
They basically just described that the order is to do with affecting the local community. The order is to close down my website completely within 2 days.
No. I was asking, what reasons have they given for raising the order in the first place?
Because I exposed a youth worker in Plymouth City Council.
Have they said that?
They said that to me yesterday in a meeting.
Have they said that on, to the court?
No, they haven't said that to the court.
It'll be interesting to see what they say there.
Yes, it will, yeah.
Okay, well, I look forward to talk to you when you come out.
Oh, great stuff, thank you.
I should be waiting.
Thanks a lot, thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay, would you like to tell us what happened in the court, please?
Well, basically, what's happening in court now is that we've got exchange bundles with the Plymouth City Council to talk about what we're going to talk about in 4 weeks' time, which is to do with case management. What I'm actually appealing against. I've got to put in another appeal, fresh appeal myself, because the court has lost my appeal papers, and the company director, which is me, but I'm acting as myself, but the actual company director, he's got to put an appeal as well, and the court has asked him to put an appeal in.
You've been given leave to...
I've given leave, yeah, to do that, so, I guess that's good. And I suppose we'll have a little talk about that on the 4 weeks' time.
So will that allow you to now put the site back up again, or does it have to stay down?
Well, the site actually at the moment has to stay down. I was talking to the other side, to the council, and he said we can probably work out some sort of deal with me to put it back up and to start writing, but maybe that could happen, maybe not, I don't know.
So this is just whether, if he likes...
Well, that's it, and if I write anything about someone that I should be writing about, then they're going to close me down again.
So it's pure censorship?
Pure censorship, yeah.
Well, thank you for your efforts.
That's all right.
From all of us that are holding cameras.
I'll keep going, don't worry about that. I'm not giving up, so, I've got plenty to talk about, and I know they're hiding things, and, I've got the facts, and they're going to have to argue those facts later on, so they said I can call in witnesses. Well, I'm going to call in the a leader of Plymouth in, because he's one of the main ones, so that should be interesting. But apart from that, I don't think they'll probably bring in the youth worker because he's hiding, because he's done wrong, and but what I am saying is I don't think that the council should put a CPN on a company that has written about this person. When he asked me, I had to find a source, and that was my source. My wife is my source, and I was there at the meeting when they were talking about it before. So what I am saying is that I asked Plymouth City Council for freedom of information, because this is how it happened. They gave me information about sexual abuse on officers in the council on abuse, and I found 32 allegations of abuse and 9 allegations of sexual abuse by officers. I then asked the question, what officers? Or what departments? They then got back to me and went, could you please explain to me, what do you mean by departments? What do you mean by senior? I said, well, okay, for example, a youth worker. They then got back to me. They said, you're making a vexatious statement, and so then I then worked it out that they have to record these allegations that people make. They have to go on a data system, and they electronically record them. Well, they've only started electronically recording since 2006. My wife made a complaint in 2007, but it was never investigated and it was never recorded. So they've broken the law.
Their own rules, as usual.
Yeah. And then, of course, I wrote the story, and then they pushed me to close my website down because they don't want that out because he doesn't like the truth. But he's not here to say that. So they basically use a CPN for themselves, not for the community or the wider community. They've used it because I've exposed to youth workers.
They're using it to shut you up?
They're using it to shut me up, yeah. And that's it. And I can't see anything else. There was, a bit of community banter, if you like, and that was a family issue. Which again, we were accused of stealing money and all the rest of it. It's been going on for ages, but I did a video that basically put everything to rights, and then police arrested me and my wife, 8 policemen around the house, and basically said, look, you need to shut up. And that video that you made of a death troll, which is what I called her, and they explained to me what a death troll was, and they asked me what a death troll was. I said, someone who uses other people's deaths for their own self-gratification. Yeah, and I now know that in Plymouth City Council were involved in that because they said that what we were doing was effectively taking their youth workers or their youth off the street, because my partner's a child protection officer and and good with young people. So they were seeing this as a problem because we might end up finding things out. So it's ridiculous, it's stupid, it's childish.
But do you think they're concerned over what this is going to expose within the council? Do you think this is why they took that defensive action?
Yeah, because you can see it all throughout the country at the moment. You can see it in the newspapers that someone has come forward many years ago and they've said such and such and such and such. We talk about Edward Heath or talk about Jimmy Savile here, right? But nothing was done because the police hide it, the local council hide it, because they don't want it out right now. Yeah, and it's only until it blows up do they start to come forward. Well, actually, yeah, you did say that, didn't you? You did say that. You did say that. So what I'm saying is that because they took offence to what we were doing on the streets, they didn't like what we were doing on the streets, which was basically looking after young people and doing street angels work, just being there for young people. Or Rachel was anyway. They didn't like that, so they took offence to it. They didn't like the fact that we recorded we accused a youth worker of sexual abuse. They didn't like that, so they didn't record it. So what I'm saying is, if they don't like something, they don't record it. Yeah, so that means that's a major issue, because if that, and the police have also said to me before, you don't think Plymouth City Council would hide things, do you? And I said, yeah, I do. He said, no, shut up. So
you're being prompted by the police?
I'm being prompted by the police, yeah, left, right and centre. So really, in actual fact, this is a 6, this is an L, it goes, but, he's been drafted in because the other one...
He was standing in for the clerk of the court, I believe, was he?
Well, they were good friends, weren't they?
Right.
And like you said, it's a Mickey Mouse court in there, isn't it?
It would seem so.
I'm doing them straight away, there's no question of it,
So is this being prosecuted under a criminal or a civil matter?
Well, no, this is it. It's been now. It was criminal before, and all of a sudden it's turned into civil.
In a magistrate's court?
In a magistrate's court. It's absolutely crazy.
So there's a huge matter of jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a... Yeah, they basically, when they gave me the CPN, all that was on the CPN, this little bundle they gave me, was their youth worker that I exposed, another youth worker that I exposed. That's the only reason why they wanted to shut me up. There was nothing else involved, but somehow the community, or parts of the community, have tried to destroy OPOB news for, I don't know, for whatever reason, because they're almost like soldiers of these people. Almost like soldiers of community. I mean, they do it all the time. I see them. They come onto my Facebook. They say things to prompt me to say something back. And then if I did, then that would go straight to City Council, or go straight to the police, and then that'd be recorded. And I know that now. I mean, I have failed a couple of times. I must admit I've opened my mouth a few times about things, and that has ended up in the police station and recorded. I mean, I have actually been up to the city solicitor in Plymouth, and I'm having a meeting with him, and on the wall there, just to my right, is all OPOB news in folders. And I said to him, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh, nothing to worry about." I said, "Well, it's my name up there." I said, "You got 5, 6, 7 folders." And he said, "Well, no, we don't need to discuss that now." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what we do need to discuss here, Councillor." I said, 2 people access a school using a councillor's business card. He said, "We just move on from that." And I said, "No, let's not move on from that." I said, "Because the city councillor has told me that 2 people access the school to take them into town, to buy them clothes, to take them off to London, take them back to hotel rooms. But you kept that undercover. You had mediation with these people because you didn't want it out, you didn't want it exposed, but we exposed it and you never liked that." So what I'm saying is that all throughout the country, people are saying things to who we believe that should be protecting us, are actually not protecting us, they're protecting themselves because they don't want to lose their positions, or they don't want to upset the community. So then you have people like the local Herald who, you know, just writes what they want, and you know, but they can persecute people, they can put people on, you know, on like, here's a picture of such and such, he's just stole something out of a shop, yeah, but it might not be him. But that's all I'm saying. I've accused a youth worker or something, but it might not be him. But I'm the one that's being in court today. I don't see the Herald in court, yeah? And that's it. They don't like me exposing. I think, you know, to be honest, if the country didn't have alternative media, then people wouldn't have a voice. Yeah? It's because of alternative media, that's why things are getting picked up.
And that's exactly what they're trying to stop.
And that's exactly what they're trying to stop. This is a common purpose issue. This is a police state, and it's wrong. I mean, you know, I could write a blog. Anyone could write a blog. I mean, they're saying
potentially could be quite a landslide case, really, couldn't it? It could set a precedent for how other alternative media sites are treated. Should they go against the grain?
That's right. But the precedent, like you say, it's a precedent case. But I'm not even getting treated fairly in there today. Yeah, and then so that means that, you know, eventually, when I get to the point where they go, actually, no, your website's closed, you're closed down, that means I wouldn't be treated fairly because there all seems to be some sort of partnership going on.
Yeah.
Well, I know there is, because, you know, they feed the court, they've been paid. You know, they come in, do a little thing, you know, make it all sound good, you know.
It's exactly what they've done in Rotherham.
Yes, exactly. It's no difference from Rotherham.
Yeah.
You know,
And they tried to shut down the site up in Yorkshire, didn't they?
Yeah. That's what they all. You're not allowed to say you're not allowed to speak. And this is effectively what's happening. When I look at the actual media, I mean, we're talking big newspapers. I think they're trying to damage our Queen. Yeah, and that's how it looks. Because they're always putting things in about the Queen and all the rest of it. But
So what I'm saying, so basically this is how we're looking at it. And then so we talk about Rotherham, we talk about all these other cases that are on the news now, and you know, lots of people have come forward. I mean, Elmtree Guest House is a clear one there. You know, people have come forward and they've spoken, but they're not believed. Yeah? But they're damaged. They continually get damaged. And then the people that say that access to Elmtree Guest House, they continually damage people. Yeah? But you can't tell these people at the top that this has happened because they're going to shut you down. They're going to tell you to shut up. You write a blog, you'll be arrested for writing a blog. You know, if you speak, if you do a campaign, you'll be arrested for campaigning. So it's wrong to do that to anybody because, you know, at the moment I feel I've got my Facebook account, but I'm questioning what I can write. You know, and I don't think that's right. I've got plenty of stories that I can write, and I want to write them. There's plenty of people there's plenty of councils I want to talk about, but I can't. Yeah, and I've got evidence to say that I could, you know, that could probably do their editing. But at the end of the day, I just think, you know, all these things that are going on, you know, like, you know, people can't say because the police and the local authorities, they have these little partnership meetings, and then it's almost like they just chuck it out, or the paperwork gets lost. And so that person then feels a victim, yeah, and then they've got to go on and survive. But they're not taking notice. No one's taking notice of them. So that's why I think alternative media is that channel. Because if I went to the newspaper now and said, oh, blah blah blah, they go, well, that's not a story, yeah. But I'm not interested in their stories. I'm interested in alternative media stories because I think that's more key for people. That's more
I think it's better for the UK to have alternative media than these major newspapers.
So the message from the likes of the NPCC, the National Police Chiefs, where they're tweeting out on their Twitter and Facebook that they're now going to listen to people with accusations of people making allegations about child abuse. You're not seeing that at all?
Well, that's easy to say. Yeah, that's easy to say, but to say that, it's not going to happen. Because I know that if I was sexually abused now, I could go into the Plymouth City Council and I'd go to the police and I'd say, look, here you go. And they go, well, you're Mr. Gibson, aren't you, so we're not going to bother. You know, and then so that, because you're a troublemaker. So that would mean then, so that I then suffer for the rest of my whole life, and then maybe probably about 17 years later or 18 or whatever, maybe when someone dies, then all of a sudden it comes out. But at that point, I've suffered throughout. I've had no protection. You know, I've probably been arrested, let's just say, and not been victimised, but because no one actually believes you. It's a strange thing that no one would believe you if you was...
And where can you go for redress?
Exactly. You know? And this is it, so you're... So
we're supposed to be able to rely on the courts to give us redress, so what other alternative is there?
There's no alternative, apart from alternative media. And if they don't like alternative media talking, then I'm sorry.
Well, maybe they should behave themselves.
Well, maybe, yeah, exactly. If they don't like the truth, then don't do it. That's my point. If they don't like, you know, I haven't been out and out. I haven't run after them in the street. You know, I haven't captured them. I haven't taken pictures of them. You know, these councillors or police or whatever. You know, policeman tweeted actually, all students are cops. Right? So I did a story about, I think that's quite damaging to students. That a police officer on duty called 99% of all students cops. I got in trouble for it. If I do that, and I said such and such, then I get arrested. So my point is that you have to be in this kind of clique, if you like. You know, you have to be part of this.
We're not talking about the Masons, are we?
No, of course we're talking about the Masons. And this is how it is. This is all Masonic anyway, all this. You know, this court, everything. This police, everything. It's all Masonic, it's all crazy. That's all I can say. So I write stories that I know are true, and they can argue with me in court, you know, when I actually get to my appeal, and I can argue every point they try and put in front of me. Hence why he's asked for a settlement 2 weeks ago. You know, so I understood why he wanted a settlement, so I asked why, you know, what evidence did you have, and he had nothing. He thought I would name and shame the youth workers, or as a name and shame site. He thought OPOB was part of that because I go as anonymous, but I said I'm not anonymous because you know who I am. So there were 79 or 80 pages of me apparently belonging to this name and shame website, but that's not true. So they're not getting their facts right. They're just chucking CPNs on people because they just want you to shut up right now.
They need you to.
Yeah.
And that's all.
No, it's a scare tactic.
The scare tactic. No evidence. There's no evidence based on it. They just want to shut you up right now. But I know that the Plymouth City Council and police were doing an operation that probably involved about 40 officers to catch me for malicious communications. And I walked out with a caution. You know, because I told the truth. You know, I did a video about what I believed was happening to our place, our base, that was then a charity, but was shut down by police. No police would work with us, and all the rest of it. Nobody would work with us because they thought we was a danger to children or whatever, but we wasn't. And so, you know, we were victimised and all the rest of it. And then that's how news came around for me. That's how alternative media came around, because I thought the only way to protect myself was to write news. And then I know that people were scared of OPOB news because I would show them. Because, you know, once that news goes out, they can't handle that. But they can damage people. They can handle that. You know, they can damage, you know, whatever. They can do what they want. But, you know, alternative media can't because, you know, it exposes the real truth.
And we'd like to try to stick to it.
Yeah, if we can. But I've got a feeling that in a minute, everyone's going to be being served CPNs. Like you say, this is a particular case, but you know,
if this goes ahead successfully, it could be applied in other cases.
Yeah, and it can. So really, you know, that's the bottom line, really. That's everything.
Well, thank you very much.
That's all right. Thank you.
And the best of luck with 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And we shall be here to cover it.
Thank you. All right, cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
In a world on his up to my shoulder when I'm down on my bended knee. It makes a mockery of you and me, not to see that baby living